So this week a friend of mine sends me a picture of a guy taking a selfie while running from a bull. And I'm thinking to myself, the selfie thing has gotten out of control. We're familiar with selfies. We know people are taking pictures of themselves at home and pictures of themselves at work. We know people are taking pictures of their hair, known as healthies. People are taking pictures of themselves working out, known as welfies, which, by the way, if somebody says that they're healthy and wealthy, they don't have a speech impediment. They're talking about pictures they have of themselves. But this whole concept of a selfie, it's actually gotten nuts. But how is a selfie in the selfie generation different than the pictures that we took of ourselves as kids? We all took pictures of ourselves, we put them away in an album. But today in a selfie generation, it's not about putting a picture away in an album. It's about sending that picture to everybody you know. It's about seeing how many people like it and share it and comment and talk about it. You know why? Because that gives a person in a selfie generation a sense of, I can. I'm great. Look how many people are talking about me. I must be fantastic. I'm capable. That's what drives somebody in a selfie generation. What drives the Jewish people? Is it the same idea? Is it about what people think and whether people think we can? There was a famous person by the name of the Chafetz Chaim. Chafetz Chaim was a great sage who lived in Poland. And he knew every single law, he knew everything about Judaism. But there was one particular mitzvah, one commandment that he focused upon. It was the commandment of not slandering, not talking lashon hara, speaking badly about other people. And why is it that he focused on this one commandment? Was it his personal favorite? The answer is, this is what the Jewish people needed. He felt this is something that needed to be focused upon, and therefore this is what I'm going to do. What drives the selfie generation is whether people think we're great, is whether people think I can. What drives the Jewish person is, what do the Jewish people need? Because if they need something, then guess what? I can. In fact, there's a famous story with the Chafetz Chaim. He told his students at one point to go out and teach. And his students turned back to him and they said, we're not nearly as wise. We don't know nearly as much Torah knowledge as you do. How can we do it? And he said, I want to tell you a story. And the Chafetz Chaim told his students a story that there was once a king passing through a town. And the king wanted some water, and he asked the locals for water. And the locals bring him this cup of water that's murky and dusty and dirty. And he says, get me another cup. And they keep bringing him another cup that's cleaner and cleaner and cleaner until they finally figure out how to refine a cup of water. He drinks the water, it's delicious, and he goes on his journey. Several months later, he's passing through the town again. And he sees the entire town, the huts, the houses, the buildings, everything is burnt down to the ground. And he says, what happened here? What's going on? And they said, well, it was a fire. By the time we finished refining all of the water, everything burned down. And the king turned to the people, and he said, if all you want is a cup of water to drink, then you can refine it as much as you want. But when there's a fire out there, you need to use any water you have and put that fire out. And the Chafetz Chaim told his students, there's a fire out there, the Jewish people need you, and you need to go out there and teach. What drives a selfie generation is whether people think I'm great, whether people think I can. But as a Jewish people, we look around and we say, what do the Jewish people need? And if the Jewish people need something and I have the opportunity to do it, then I can. So look deep inside yourself, look around at the Jewish people, and see what is it that they need and what is it that you can contribute to the world around you. And remember, just breathe.